Okay, so first, your name, age, and your relationship to me.
Stephen W. Bewley, 66 years old, and I'm your great uncle.
Yeah. Okay. Are you married, and did you have a family here growing up?
Yes and yes.
Okay. Describe your family.
My current one, or the one I when I was a
Raised
kid.
here. The one you raised here.
Oh, okay. There's 6 of us. We had a boy, and then we tried again, and we had a boy. And finally, the third time, we had a boy. We did it one more time. We had a girl, and she's driving me crazy as we speak.
Okay. When and where were you born?
Paso Robles, California, 1953.
Are you the first generation to be born in the U.S.? If not, do you know who was?
I'm not, and I don't know who was.
Yeah, Grandma Jenkins was.
She was born in the first. She wasn't the first though. Her parents.
Her
I don't know.
Her parents weren't from America. They were, or were they?
I don't know, and I don't know about dads either.
Okay. And you obviously don't remember the bombs. What do you remember about November 22nd, 1963, when John F. Kennedy was assassinated? Many people have said hope in America died a little that day. Do you agree? And how did America change?
I saw it on the news that night. Heard about it earlier in the day, but saw it with Walter Cronkite, I believe. And it was all.
Put my stories in for him.
What?
Oh, he's being filmed.
Yeah, it seems like there was a certain naivety that was ended with that. I mean, and it was. Yeah, I would say things changed. I'm not a real political person, but it did seem like some big hopes ended with that situation.
Okay.
Are you
and
cool?
How about...
Vaughn?
I'm okay.
She can't help it.
How about the Vietnam War? Do you think America had lost trust in the federal government by the end of that war? And if so, has this trust ever been won back?
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I think it was the beginning of when people weren't just accepting everything as it was said. I mean, they felt there was a lot of reason for us not to be there. And it started out slow and then obviously got larger as it went along. And now we have wars just because we want to, or just because there's a bad guy in the neighborhood and we're all dressed up with guns. So, yeah, and I don't think people have a lot of trust in the government. So.
I know. How do you think the world's perception of the U.S. changed on July 20th, 1969, when we put the first man on the moon?
Well, we've always been the big kid on the block. You know, we got the most guns, the biggest rockets. So it was just, to me, it wasn't a surprise, and I really don't know how the rest of the world viewed that.
Yeah. How do you think the world looked at the U.S. following Nixon's resignation on August 8th, 1974, in response to the Watergate scandal?
I don't think, in my limited view, I don't think the world was shocked to know that politicians are dishonest and lie. They've had a facade for years and years about being a certain type of people, but they catch them cheating on their wives and flashing their privates on media, and now Trump's, you can be anything and do anything. That facade, which I believe was a facade in a lot of ways, is down to where nobody expects any kind of integrity out of the politician. So.
In what way do you think our nation changed on November 9th, 1989, when the Berlin Wall came down, effectively ending the Cold War?
I think that was a good thing. You know, it was a good thing. And Reagan, when he said, "Gorbachev, bring down that wall," everybody was all, you know, what changes did it make in Europe that affects us? I honestly don't know, but you know, it was a good thing.
Okay, and what do you remember about 9/11 when the country experienced the terrorist attacks on the Pentagon and World Trade Center? How was America changed by this?
I remember walking through that door right there, and my daughter-in-law had spent the night because my son had gone to a bachelor party in San Luis and jumped off the balcony and broken himself up, and he was in the hospital. And we were getting ready to go see him, and my daughter-in-law said, "Steve, look at this." And we went, looked at the TV, and there was one of the burning buildings, one of the towers. And as we were watching that, going, "Oh my God, what's going on?" the second plane hit. And then we watched it, and it obviously culminated in the two buildings coming down, and it was just kind of surreal. And I went to the hospital later to visit my son, and he was apologizing and embarrassed for the situation he was in. And I said, "Don't worry, Doug, nobody noticed." And I told him what had happened. So I forgot the second part of that question.
How do you think America was changed by this?
I think they were probably shocked that they were that vulnerable to that kind of thing. Because, I mean, most of the major wars have taken place on other people's soil. The closest thing in World War II, when the Japanese sent some balloons over with bombs, and they had some submarines off the coast. But that, in New York, that many people in one day, that I think, yeah, there was a certain innocence that was gone forever.
And then the last question is that it's said that every American citizen has a dream, be it wealth, happiness, a better life for their children, etc. What was your dream, and do you think you've achieved it?
That's another story.
Yeah, I gotta leave for that one.
Bye, honey. Oh, my dreams were so closely connected with my religious beliefs at that time that, like that, I say that's truly another story. But I'm okay with where I'm at. Yeah. No, I didn't achieve a lot. I wasn't good with money or finances, but I was fortunate in other areas. You know, I married a woman who's truly a good person, and that's to me, that's worth it all. And our health isn't perfect, but for our age, we're not, you know, falling apart too quickly. So overall, I'm happy.
Okay. Thank you.